So tell us a little bit about Take 5.
So Take 5 started 2 years ago. We're a mental health organisation in the arts department, and we help students upkeep their mental well-being, particularly through giving them a social space where they can enjoy each other's company. But now, obviously in the current times, we've given them more of an online space so they can still meet people and sort of get themselves more involved in the UEA community still.
And tell me a bit about how you yourself got involved.
So I actually turned up to a History Society coffee morning, and it happened to be that Dr. Chris Jones, who is in charge of Take 5, and it was his thought baby. He was there and he saw ICE, and we started sort of discussing mental health. And he told me that this was a new project he was doing, because this was a semester before the project actually started, and that's how I got involved.
How would you say that Take 5 has helped you with your mental well-being?
Well, it's really helped me feel that I'm part of a community. I think that's the main thing. It's always kept me focused in making sure that I'm keeping busy, and I'm always aiming towards a goal of sort of generally improving student mental health. So it's helped me always learn, because as much as I may have my own mental health issues, it doesn't mean that I understand everyone's mental health issues. So I always feel like I'm learning, particularly when I discuss those kinds of things with other neuroatypical people, which I always find really interesting. It's always quite a bonding experience to hear someone else's usually quite intimate stories with their experience with mental health.
So what would you say is your favourite thing about Take 5?
Oh, I mean, it's definitely beating Chris at Mario Kart. No, I joke, obviously, but it's when we get a good crop of people there, and you always hear them laughing for like ages. So particularly at the moment when we've been playing Among Us, and it just gets that really lively atmosphere of people that you like when they've come in or they've joined the server. They seem quite introverted, but then suddenly seeing them really like break out that shells, it's like, yeah, we've achieved that person feeling so comfortable in this community that they're happy to be more vocal. And that's something that I really like to see, like seeing those people get comfortable in our space, and that we've managed to successfully create a pleasant enough environment for them to be themselves.
And since COVID, the Discord has been absolutely incredible. You've been doing such amazing things. So you did the Among Us games, and you've done some Cahoots as well. Do you have any plans for the future that you can divulge? We've
got a few plans in the work, but we're going to be trying to look for some more mostly creative games. We've just built our own Minecraft server, so I think we're going to work on developing that for a bit. And then I think I'm not sure how much I'm actually allowed to say, so I'll have to leave that one there. Get me down.
So for those that haven't got involved with Take 5 before, tell us how can you get involved?
So the best way is by joining our Discord server, which is available on our Instagram in the bio. We also have an Instagram account under Take 5 UEA, and we also have a Facebook page which is under the same name as well. But the best way, like I say, is our Discord, because we do 3 sessions a week. We do a Monday session from 7 till 9, a Wednesday session from 4 till 6, and a Friday session from 7 till 9. We try and make sure that we give students a lot of different choices, and we particularly like to go and do stuff in the evenings, because if you're in student life, sometimes the evenings can be a little bit more lonely, and particularly during COVID that can be a little bit more difficult. So yeah, we prefer to try and keep people's evenings nice and busy.
Amazing. So I guess, let's talk about one of the stars of the show today. Let's talk about Ice a bit. So tell us about when you got him.
So Ice is a 6-year-old Japanese Akita. He is originally from London, which is where I got him, and I got him 3 years ago, so in 2017. So the main way that Ice helps me is by being a comforting presence, and so it's quite difficult to be really sad when you've got a giant fluffy dog that gives you a big old cuddle. But if I'm ever having a panic attack or anything like that, he's able to sense that and support me through them.
So how does Ice help you with your mental health?
Well, I got very ill in 2017, and it meant I had to leave the university that I was at, and it was a very difficult time. And I said many times before, I don't think I'd still be here if it wasn't for Ice. He really did save my life. So mental health, it wasn't really something that was a big part of my life until I was about 18, 19. But then it hit me like a freight train. But yeah, now it's just been, from the age of 19, it's kind of just been a story of recovery. And yeah, that's where I'm at now, just trying to get myself better and get my degree, really. A lot of people feel like mental health can be, that's it. And a lot of the time when you're at your worst, it really can feel like that. And I know that's how I felt all the time. But actually, it's not. It really isn't. It's as cliche as it may sound, it does get better.
And how has your mental health impacted on your life?
I mean, a lot of the time it can feel like mental health and mental ill health can be a big block in your life. And a lot of the time it feels that it can define you. But from the years that I've spent since then, I've really learned that it doesn't. And there always is a way that you can get better, however that process may be for you. For me, it was first through ice, and then it was through copious amounts of therapy. But it really does help to know, and a lot of the inspirations in my life, like Chris and other academics that we've got here, have been through those tough times and are now spending that time trying to help other people. That's something that really inspires me and makes me want to do that too. So that's why I do a lot of the work I do.
So what kind of things do you do to help with your mental well-being?
For me, I think I've got in the years that I've been alive, it's been learning my moods and when to self-care particularly, and knowing when I'm feeling like I'm burning out from the amount of work I'm doing, that I need to take a day for myself. And I love video gaming, which is no surprise because I do take 5, but that's been particularly helpful for me. I really enjoy doing social video games, lots of like cooperative stuff, and I've always found those kind of like nerdy communities to be such a safe and friendly space, because a lot of the people that I spend time with there have also been through hardships, particularly related to mental health. So it's always very welcoming atmosphere. So having those spaces and communities, particularly around activities that I enjoy, they've been really good.
And so do you have any take-home messages for all the people that are watching at home?
Oh gosh, so many. Join Take 5, which you do just by turning up. But yeah, I think particularly trying to learn what works for you and finding activities. I find being as busy as possible really helps me get through, particularly because my mental health, ill health is particularly related to trauma. So focusing on a task in hand really helps me, but it's got to be something that I enjoy. That's the main thing. It's got to be something that I'm really gonna be able to sink my teeth into and enjoy. So finding something that works for you, and I think that's a very personal thing. But yeah, finding those activities and keeping busy, I think that will help a lot.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Toby, and thank you, Ice, as well. It's been lovely speaking to you both.
Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for letting me represent Take 5, and thank you for all the work you're doing with Headucate and the live stream as well.